So, time to refurbish this rocker cover. 15 years of sitting there has not done the paint favours. I flaked off all the loose stuff with a wire brush on a drill. I'm going to put some paint remover on it now overnight and then clean it up, etch prime it and repaint it. Paint remover been on it for about half an hour now, brushed it around a bit, it's doing its job. Paint stripper has been working away overnight. It's loosened up all of the paint now, so it's just a matter of cleaning it off and then we should be left down to bare alloy in immaculate condition. Rocker cover finally ready for painting. I gave it about 4 or 5 coats of paint stripper to clean all the old paint off it. I just polished the writing there so when it's painted that'll look nice. So ready for some etch primer and some paint. Rocker cover is now etch primed, looks absolutely immaculate. Just about to paint it now. Cover is finished. Think you'll agree it came out absolutely amazing. I polished off the DOHC 16 valve and I clear lacquered it after painting it just to keep it protected. I'm gonna have to tidy up and paint a few other items now because it actually highlights how bad other things look. But it looks great. Cleaning up the rear calipers now to be painted. There was about 5 layers of yellow and red. Looked like that brush on enamel type stuff, so most of it chipped off and then cleaned it up with a wire brush. I'm going to etch prime them. Now this caliper here I have a problem with. The slider here is seized solid in the caliper, so it's looking like I'm probably going to have to get a new caliper. I've had it soaking in easing oil overnight, but it's still not playing ball. The rear right caliper here is beyond repairing. The slider pin here is extremely badly corroded and stuck. I can't get it out no matter what I do. I've had it in the vise, I've tried heating it, I've tried all sorts. It's actually slightly bent, this whole mounting on the caliper. That's how stiff it is. So I decided to get a new caliper. Beautiful, brand new, remanufactured actually. Brand new inside and everything on it, ready to go on. The only thing is I need to cut through this pin here to separate the old caliper from the carrier. So that's the next thing. Then I'll have to paint the new caliper to match all the other ones. This boot here was actually slightly torn as well, so probably best bet just to replace a lot. Looks lovely now after a coat of etch primer. You never think it was the same caliper. It pretty much looks like brand new. New caliper and the old carrier all painted. Looks absolutely brand new as it is. Got some lovely brand new rear brake pads. The old ones, one of them was fine. The one on the other side is worn down very badly, and that is due to the seized slider on the rear caliper. Just about to clean up the driver side front caliper. It's in good condition but doesn't look very pretty. Nice coat of etch primer on the caliper and it's looking really nice, so it's just ready to paint now and then that'll be the calipers done. Front caliper finished, turned out really nice, looks really good. That'll keep it preserved now for many years to come. Ready to go back on the car. Caliper and new disc and pads on, ready to go. Just about to give the front end a bit of a pressure wash. Badly needs one. The engine cleaned up really nice after a bit of a degreasing. It's obviously had a leaking rocker cover for quite some time, so there was bad oil leak the whole way down the front of the engine coming from the rocker cover seal. That whole block was filthy, you couldn't even read the engine code or anything. Now it's lovely and clean. Gearbox cleaned up lovely as well. Just about to give the front a quick spray of some stone chip protection paint just to keep it protected and to tidy its appearance. Big improvement, amazing what a bit of paint does. Really helps freshen everything up. Looks as good as new. Just need to do the top rail. I want to clean that up a bit first, And then under the engine bay needs a bit of attention as well. This thermostat housing soaking in vinegar for a few days because it was heavily corroded. Small bit of corrosion on that pipe, but it doesn't matter, there's plenty of material left. Cleaned up really well. Old thermostat looks a bit iffy, so I bought a lovely brand new one, very cheap. Nice new water pump fitted, just waiting for the timing belt to arrive. A few more updates. Lovely new radiator arrived, so that's ready to go in. Finally, my timing belt and my tensioner arrived. Just waiting a week or so for them to come. They were special order, but they're finally here now. And I also bought a brand new cone air filter because the old one was completely rotten. Nice new timing belt fitted. Daco belt. Came in a blueprint box, but it's a Daco belt. New water pump. New hydraulic tensioner. They're really cool actually, those hydraulic tensioners. You line everything up and then you pull out the pin, kind of like your grenade, and it tensions it, pushes against this and sets the tension of the belt by itself. So back onto the Lancer here. Finally got the pipe on the back of the engine, the one that put the car off the road all those years ago. That's in there now, all the gaskets are done. Just cleaning up the inlet manifold here, getting it ready to put back on. Already have a new gasket for it. So new radiator in, cleaned out the old radiator hoses, put them back on. The original clamps on them, bar that one there which was rotten. Now, for the first time in 15 years, inlet manifold is ready to go back on. Once again, I cleaned this up, make sure everything was nice and clean. It's lovely and clean inside. Throttle body is moving nice and free. No corrosion on that, so it should be good. Well, a few nice new bits. Just front roll bar drop links, rear roll bar drop links, front roll bar bushings. Still waiting for the rear bushings. Two new front track rod ends and a new steering rack boot. So nice new discs, pads, refurbished caliper. New anti-roll bar drop link in there because the old one was rotten. It started first click of the key. Don't even have a battery, so I have it connected to my van here, but as you can hear it's running. Sounds beautiful. The button. Bits of progress. Got a lovely new battery and a battery clamp. Got some lovely forged steel wheel nuts because the old ones are all odd, mismatched, rotten. As you can see, they're well past it. There used to be lock nuts on the car and there was no tool, so once again another reason to get new nuts.